take our money at face value, as though it's the law of gravity or the air that we breathe. The mechanism of how our money operates is almost invisible to us. But money is not the law of gravity. It's an agreement made among people, and we could agree to exchange in different ways. If money is the cause of so many of our problems today, what if a new kind of money is actually the solution? What brings me to this inquiry is a screenplay that I've written. It's called The Miracle in Woergl, and it tells the true story of a small town in Austria called Woergl during the Great Depression. In 1932, a new mayor came into power. His name was Michael Unterguggenberger. He had a huge problem on his hands. There was mass unemployment and starvation, and something had to be done. Unterguggenberger had actually read a book by an economist named Silvio Gesell, which was called The Natural Economic Order. And this book looked at the problem of how money can actually get in the way of unmet needs being filled by unmet resources. So if we have starving people over here and food going to waste over here and unemployed people that really want jobs over here, why can't we get them all together? The reason is we don't have enough money. And Gesell said that the system is broken if it's not working for most people. See, money does two things. It stores value and it facilitates exchange. What was happening during the Great Depression was a mass hoarding or a stoppage in the flow or circulation of money. So it wasn't doing its job of facilitating exchange. Gesell said that everything in nature has a cycle of growth and decay, but not money. Money grows on a compounding interest growth curve forever. The owners of money have an unfair advantage over every other good and service because it benefits them to not spend their money while a laborer grows old and a guy selling vegetables has to sell his vegetables before they rot. See, when the money's not flowing, unemployed people can't buy shoes for their children or feed them the way they want to. But the merchants are sitting there with shoes on the shelves and the restaurants are empty. Money is the lifeblood of an economy, and it has to flow in order for the economy to be healthy. So Silvio Gesell said that money needs to be brought down to the level of goods and services. It needs to rot like vegetables. So he suggested what he called a hamster tax on money. Remember that term, a hamster tax. What it is a small depreciation value on the money so that it is rotting like vegetables. Now, Unterguggenberger had a dire situation, and he had some money to put towards town improvements, like paving the roads and building a bridge. What he did was he printed out 5,000 shillings of a new town currency, a new bill. He would exchange it for a regular shilling for a small fee. And then what he did is hired unemployed people to do these town improvements, and he paid them with this new money. But the money had an innovation, which was it depreciated by 1% per month. So at the end of the month, the bearer had to buy a penny stamp and affix it to the bill in order for it to hold on to its value. He then paid the workers in this money. He convinced the merchants to accept the money from the workers. And then he also accepted back taxes from the merchants and regular taxes from them as well. And what happened was the miracle. The town experienced a renaissance. The mayor paid the workers bought from the merchants then paid back taxes, the mayor took that money and paid the workers again, and it created a loop. The town experienced a plethora of abundance and prosperity and employment. In the 15 months that the experiment lasted, the town money traded hands 415 times for every one time a shilling traded hands. And the 5,000 of town bills in circulation totaled out to 2.5 million in transactions in 15 months. So where did the 2.5 million come from? 175 mayors from all over Austria convened a meeting with the mayor because they wanted to copy his experiment. They wanted to reverse the depression in their town also. But the Austrian National Bank shut the experiment down and forbade all the other towns from following suit. So, one of the reasons that the Woergl experiment worked so well was because it had two currencies at the same time. They had a debt-based bank-issued compounding interest currency, which is a growing money. We could call that a yang or a male energy money, which is great for storing value or saving up for retirement. But they also had a local depreciating currency, which we could call a yen female-based energy money, and that was great for facilitating the daily exchange. My favorite living economist, Bernard Lietaer, said in his book of Human Wealth that every time a yen currency has operated in tandem with a male yang currency, it has always coincided with an expansion for the common people. See, the economy is a lot like an ecosystem. Lietaer also says that an ecosystem is more resilient when it has a diverse population. An economy is more resilient when it has a diversity of monetary mechanisms. We have to look at how money is a mechanism. And we understand that money is a mechanism. It's like a game. It has a set of rules, and it rewards certain behaviors. Our current monetary mechanism is rewarding hoarding, which is causing a concentration of wealth that gets more and more alarming while we have children starving. So can we just look at the disparity of wealth on Earth and say that that's not fair, it's not cool? So we live in a monopoly of, we live in a monopoly of monetary mechanisms. And no matter what country you live in, you're operating in debt-based, bank-issued currency. So what we need to do is actually incorporate a new yen energy currency, which is a local complementary currency with a depreciation value, and that this, operating in tandem, the yen and the yang currency together, could bring our economy into more balance so that our money, like nature, would have both growth and decay, male and female energies, so that we may usher in a new era of abundance and prosperity never before seen on planet Earth. During the time of Woergl, one of the towns that wanted to copy the experiment held a meeting, and a man stood up and he said, his name was Pastor Schlechter, and this is an exact quote. He said, "When people realize that a hamster tax on money has a miracle economic power, a peaceful yet effective revolution will break out like wildfire."